don't often get 3 versus 3 games these days, and it's going down on the classic pizza map. It is Crossfire Canal. I have not seen this map for quite some time. Like, I feel like not many people play it anymore. Used to be quite a staple, but anyway, we have a couple of teams ready to go at it today. We have Team 1 is over here on the left-hand side, Team 2 on the right-hand side. And just before we get right into things, I am going to try and remember to do predictions. That's what I'm going to do. And the question is, what team's going to win this? I'm going to give you guys, I think 5 minutes. There you go. I'm just going to start throwing up predictions just to give people a little bit more fun with the side. So Team 1 is here on the left, Team 2 is here on the right. So throw your predictions in if you want to. I'm going to give you 5 minutes at the start of the game, but let's introduce the players today. First up for team number 1, way down here on the bottom section, in a nice vomit yellow kind of color, we have Lackaby, and he is Seraphim, putting his factory down, getting a few keygens beside his comm. In the middle, it is Wednesday, my dudes, except it's not Wednesday. Today is Friday. But anyway, he's Aeon, and he's in a nice light blue color factory with a couple of pigeons beside for him. And finally, for team number 1, Nicktam. Nicktam? Oh, there's an iron there. There is an iron there. It's Nicktam. He is Seraphim and he is Cyan, and working on some pigeons as well. Let's have some introductions of team number 2 players. Firstly, for team number 2 here in the burgundy color, first UEF of the day, it is Rusty Almighty. Rusty Almighty is got some pigeons down, got an air factory. Let's see how he works out for that. Second player for team number 2, and we have a Cyberman player, Strawmaster. And Strawmaster is yellow. He's got one factory down. He's got a couple of pigeons. Going to get some more and into an air factory for him. And then finally for team 2, all the way down here, Aeon player, it is Snort. So team 2 is got himself 1 Aeon, 1 Cyberman, 1 UEF player, whereas team 1 has a pair of Seraphim and 1 Aeon player. So this map is a wee bit lesser seen, but still plenty of reclaim to be had. There's 54,000 across the entire map. Each pizza is all spread out nice and neat. You've got a couple of big rocks loitering around, but really it's all in the little rocks. You have a look at that. There's nearly, about 6,000 reclaim on your own little pizza to get, so you don't even need to worry about dropping the other ones. So you might, if you can steal some from your opponents, it'd be great. But otherwise, you have plenty of reclaim to get yourselves. Get your eco up and running and go for it now. This is kind of fun because the water, this is the offensive navy play, and if you end up getting navy all up in your opponent's canals, you can have a significant advantage, especially if you have some cruisers with attack missiles, which both teams have the capability of. Rusty is UEF, so he could walk into T2 Navy and drop missiles over, but also Lackaby and Nicktam. Both of these guys are Seraphim, which also have the attack missile cruisers. So let's see how they're going to go on that side of things. Alright, checking out down here, we've got a little bit of early aggression coming over from Lackaby. It is a Zooey, nasty little floating unit, of course. T1 artillery can do a ton of damage. Not very good in direct games, and if you can dodge around things, you'll be alright. But anyway, Zooey is rocking on over. There's a couple of engineers over here that are very much exposed. And if it moves up here, I could look at killing this guy and stopping the Hydro build, which would be particularly annoying because that Hydro is, of course, very, very useful. One single Hydro is worth 5 pigeons in regards to amount of power put out, and takes about the same cost as 2 to build. A little bit more than 2, but still that is pretty much how useful it is. You don't really want to lose it, and the Zooey is going exactly there. So predicting a Hydro was going to be built, and this is Lackaby sending this little dude over any second now. He's going to spot the engineer, lob a shell, and it's going to collect 2 of them because they just happen to be sitting beside each other. No. It is going for the Hydro first. This seems like a silly idea. Kill the engineers first and you'll have much more success. I'm guessing he's not actually paying attention, but there's the shell. 2 engines down and Hydro build interrupted. That is well worth its weight. Well worth the mass paid for that. Dealing with those engineers, stopping the Hydro build. Frustrating for Snort. He hasn't got much to slow it down. In fact, he's got more Zooies coming on over, so maybe let's think about a bomber or some ground units to do that. And speaking of bombers, up in this direction, it is here from Strawmaster, and just kills the engineer before this Hydro finishes building. That is, could not have been better times, to be honest. Stopped that. It was so close. So close. But another engineer kill for that guy, so stopping that was really, really hilarious. That timing could not have been better. and going to hunt around for some more things to kill. In comes some interceptors, actually it's friendly interceptor, so some support coming over for this bomber, and is going to go for this engineer down here now. Why not? The engine's there, not being monitored. Bombs away, engineer starts moving, maybe a bit too late, or just in the nick of time, gets out of the way. 20 health, it's not much for that guy. Good anti-air unit over here trying to keep things alive. There's an anti out as well, but the bomber is still over this way, and this engineer's not going to make it out this time. He is turned into scrap. Just have a quick check, and yes, indeed, a bomber was spat out by a Snort. A good response to these Zoes that can harass them and chase them all around the place. Bomber gets a little too close to this anti-air. It's got 4 kills, so it's picked up another engineer somewhere along the way. Maybe it's going for this one. Will it get bombs away? I hear them, but the shots running afterwards. Still going to get that 5th engineer though. So nice little harassment from that bomber. Pretty good from Strawmaster, getting 5 kills on that bomber first off. But where are the Zoes? Well, they have been taken out. No dramas over there for Snort. He's got a bunch of T1 bombs now. He could turn around and start using those now that he has denied the Zoe run. And hello. I saw the transport. I didn't think the engineers were going over here, but they have done, and they have got a bunch of land factories queued up over here. And does Lackaby have any idea that they are there? Well, no, Lackaby does not. This radar is just out of range of all of those. He's got zero idea. There's a factory down here with units ready to build. Getting straight into the Navy game as well. So early Navy build there. Not worrying about trying to get his eco up at this stage. A lot of people do that. And the transport has come around the edge of the map, so it's not spotted. Oh no. There's could be problems for Lackaby. Checking out the rest of the map, just have a quick look-see while that is building up, and we see Rusty Almighty isn't doing a heck of a lot. He's just sticking with a couple of T1 air factories here. Looks like he's focused on eco. He's got a couple of T2 mixes already built up. His opponent has a couple as well, also doing the build-up thing. Zooey's coming out this way though, and there's a nice large band, so Nick Down is taking advantage of the Zooey spam as well. The comparison is that Almighty has no bombers. So these things are going to just wander over here, and in one volley, they're going to knock out this T1 mass extractor. Second volley destroys the mass. The arrowed in also good. He's going to get some T1 bombers onto that. He's got a scout going over. He should know they are there. Needs to do something, like maybe get his commander on the move, something to try and intercept those Zoes before they cause a problem. Over this direction though, and look at this. If you can't hover your T1 arty, why not just send some engineers over, build some factories, and get them to send the T1 arty in? And that's exactly what's happening here. They go, they're starting to destroy everything around here, although coming on down is Lackaby. Lackaby's comm will of course be quite strong in this situation. There is not much on the ground that can stop this bomber either. T1 bomber turns up, bombs away on something. I'm sure it's going to turn inside. Maybe the engineers be a good pick, but now the reclaim begins, and these guys have just been harassing Deny. With the comm coming down, they're going to need a lot more ground units to focus to get this guy out of the way. Maybe these engineers could start thinking about some point defense or anti-air at least somewhere out of one of these factories, but no, it's just pure ground, and this is what happens when you have, oh no, this is an anti-air. Gonna keep that guy back, and these guys should push on and raid, try and get things out of the way. Still, good little harassment there from Snort, putting some delays on that section over here, and the Zoes have been taken care of thanks to T1 bombers. So Rusty did get some of those out, and you can see the Zoes are trying to run away from that, but not doing much. The Zoes have killed off a couple of mixes. They got this one and that one. They were T1, so not a huge loss on that facet, but still, something died. And these T1 bombers, they probably should have just dropped some final bombs onto those guys, because they've been mulched by those interceptors. Anti-wing coming in from Rusty is a little bit late, although he's got way more of them. Shame he didn't have those protecting his bombers earlier. They could have killed a few more Zoes on that front. Have a check going down here, and yeah, exactly what has happened. Lackaby has walked up with his commander. There's some anti-air around there trying to take out the bomber, and any units popping out don't take long to die with the commander right in their face. So that bomber is going to go out. Down it goes. Still, 4 factories will take a while to chip through, and the question is, will Snort continue running with them? He will. He's got some anti-air, which is particularly pointless against the commander, and he's going to be able to just walk around and do his thing. Some more harassment over this way. Snort's got his T1 bombers out, and they are now trying to kill things off. There's some engineers. There's some energy storage over here. That'd be grand. A nice bomb on there. Awesome, Zoe. I thought it was going for the engineers, but apparently not. That's fine. In the meantime, these Zoes are making treks on over, so Snort needs to be aware of those, and indeed he is. He's brought his bombers back, and we can see they are just getting off these guys down. Maybe they want to spread their bombs into killing the same things, but nonetheless they'll be able to help tidy that up before it gets too bad. But speaking of things that are getting a wee bit bad, Lackaby seems to be struggling a wee bit with these factories. He's down into the other. Got a rank of Veneracy, which will help out, but it looks like the units aren't even trying to go for the commander anymore. They are just going for whatever they can get their hands on. One Zoe left. Hello, that was a Corsair, so T2 Air in the works for Strowmaster. Not sure what it was going for, but it is definitely the harassment game from Snort down here that's having all the fun. Sending us some units that won't get too much done, and it's just now a matter of time before Lackaby finishes cleaning up all of this, and he's actually kind of getting mass donated as well. Not getting quite enough done with his units, unless he grouped them up and managed to kill off the commander. That would be a handy thing, but maybe too much anti-air in the mix because nothing is happening there. Alright, Air Wing is in protection there from Wednesday. He's helping out his teammates. Still got that Naval factory. Hasn't built anything out of it. It's just sort of idle for the moment. Up here having a look at Nikotam, and he's being harassed by yet more. 10 kills on this bomber. Wow. I don't know what it's been killing, but it has been killing. It's got 10 kills, 536 mass destroy. That has been well worth its weight. It could come back here and clean up some more of these units, I felt like. There's a couple of arties here, radar engineer. That has been an impressive little bomber. Done great work. Okay, over this direction and down to 3 factories. It appears that Lackaby has gotten tired of shooting things and is starting to... Actually, that's a capture order. That's not a reclaim, because the health is not going down on that factory. He's actually capturing it. He's going to turn it into his own. So he's going to have Aeon and Seraphim Tech available to him once this is complete. And... no? Oh, still capturing. Sorry. I was watching the wrong progress bar. There we go. That's now his factory. He now has access to Aeon Tech. He has plenty of units around. There you go, the T1 ID coming up. They're going to be able to do for the rest of the factories. And he can actually now start producing into Aeon Tech just to be fun. Tac missile upgrade. Tac missile upgrade going down for Rusty, and why not? That's a surprise tac missile. You don't see the actual structure being built, and there's a sneaky. I say sneaky as a sneaky Corsair trying to come around here. It's going to run into a few scouts, so the question is anybody paying attention to that? Here's the air wing belonging to Wednesday, and they ain't moving just yet. So the question is, what is he going for? He's going to start with the T2 miss. Yep, he is. So a second pass is going to finish that off. Needs to spin around, do that, and will be nice and easy because the air wing's all the way over here. Has all the time in the world to spin back, finish off the mass extractor, and then go for another one. Good evening, baby boo. How we doing? And they'll tease and waves hello as he does. Did it miss this run? No, it's still alive. Some of those missiles didn't hit, and the hello, we have Navy in the water. A couple of frigates are out from Strawmaster, so he wants to get into the Navy game. Nothing doing for competition. There we go. We have one mass extractor down. We have, this is 6 up engineers, so Lackaby wants to get some extra build power in the water and kill the radar. Why not? Radar goes down as well as a pair of pigeons, and this guy can just keep flying around and killing things off because the air wing is well distracted. There we go. It is finally coming back to assist, but maybe a bit late. The Corsair has itself a mix kill and a radar kill, and somehow doesn't manage to kill an energy storage. You'd think that'd be one of the easiest targets to kill, and this looks pretty bad. Wanders into the giant swarm of interceptors. Going to go down, maybe get some shots off. Finally, yep. Does kill off the energy storage there, but I don't think it was possibly worth it. Cut off the max extractor, cut off the radar. Could have been worth it. But speaking of T2 air, we have some gunships, so perhaps this is Rusty who's gotten a bit tired of the Zooey spam coming over. And tac for tac. Tac launcher here for Nikotam compared to tac launcher on Rusty's comm. So is Rusty aware that the tac launcher is there? Oh no, he's not, because he hasn't scouted. Is Nikotam aware of anything? Kind of. He has scouted. So who's going to get the scout over first? Who's going to find the problem first? And who's going to defend against the attack launcher first? Burning questions. Who is going to get first? Well, it looks like Rusty's loaded and he is launching. Let's see what he's going for. I mean, he's probably going to go for mass extractors, although he has scouted that attack launcher now. It is showing perhaps he's decided, no. I'm not having any of that. And that just might be exactly where it's going to, which will make this launcher a complete waste of mass. And a complete waste of mass it was. It had a missile loaded as well. That's just rotten. He decides to rebuild it in the exact same spot. I don't know if that was a build order or if, nope, changed his mind. Going for attack missile defense instead. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. And just about got another missile out though, and the question is, where is that one going to go? Go for some resourcing this time perhaps. But launches away. Backpack doesn't even open it, just sort of launches it with a bit of smoke. That attack defense is just about up though, and it will do for intercepting this missile. It is not going to reach its target, which I'm going to presume is the T2 mix all the way over here. That TMD should be well enough to shoot it down. There we go, shot and shot. And that attack missile is done for. Alrighty. No more attacks from that guy. And having a look down here though, Navy all up in the everywhere. Strawmaster is searching for the naval factory, but it is down here. He searched the wrong way, unfortunately. If he came down here, he might have been able to stop this, which is now a T2 Navy factory, so he definitely wants to get to that party. But going over here, and we have a mad Zui swarm on the way. However, the bane of Zuis is air. There's T1 bombers dropping their payload all over the place. There's some Spectres overhead, popping these guys off nice and easy. In comes the air wing from Lackaby, but it runs into the massive wing belonging to Strawmaster and Snort with some swift winds as well. And that's, yeah, those weren't going to get anything done. So Snort is looking very strong in the air game. Plenty of attacking options, but slow to get places maybe because he also has another Zui swarm coming over here. But there's some Auroras. They're quite happily picking them off. They might need to get moving though. The more they sit still, the more they're going to lose. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. But yeah, that's the end of that little Zui spam. Runs into some Auroras. Job done. One single Zui left alive over here. The question is, where's it going to go for? It's going to keep on going, maybe, unless this T1 bomber has something to say, and it does. It says, eat my bomb. And that is a dead Zui. So maybe Zui spam is not the method to be using right now. Doesn't seem to really be getting him anywhere. Navy, on the other hand, could be a key element. So trying to spam out a few... Looks like he's popped out a couple of frigates just to get something in the water. Compared to... He's still sending these the wrong way. He really wants to go down here and hello. Lots of naval factories for Wednesday, and he's actually getting T2 on this one straight away while spamming up some more T1 for some support. There must be T2 over here, surely. There is. T2 naval factory is up for Strawmaster. Alright, what else is going on? Well, we've got T2 Navy down here for Snort as well, and he's popping out a sub. Not sure that's the right choice. Sub can't really shoot Zuis, which are above water, so yeah, don't know how that's going to go. Do they know? Well, no, they still have no idea there's Navy down this way, and still not sending these units anywhere near where they need to go. So, not so good. They're just keeping a patrol up this way, but that's the wrong spot. That's absolutely the wrong spot. Something's going on there. Looks like these scouts are searching for naval factories, and really they should have searched a long time ago down here. Absolutely the wrong way, and they've unfortunately let them build up a wee bit here. Now they've got a good navy, they've got some swift ones in the air, they've got a torpedo launcher going up. A questionable decision when there's no navy pressure in front of you. You have units, but torpedo launcher is doing as torpedo launcher does. Alright, in this direction, still, no, we do have T2 under production there, as I said them. Units up, was looking on that. Okay, scout, just chilling. There's an enemy scout, by the way, just chilling in the Strawmaster's base, so they can see everything. They know the Strawmaster has T3 air. That's going to be a problem. Let's have a quick check over the other side of the map, and do we have T3 over here? We do. So, keeping pace is Wednesday. He's got T3 air, popping out a couple of T3 engineers. I imagine we shall see a T3 PGM be erected at some point, because it's nice space. There it is. starting on that so we can get the production going. Our torpedo bombers are coming on out, so Wednesday not happy with the Navy situation, just wants to get a wee bit of a buffer between what's rolling off the decks over here and what's rolling off the decks is T2. Good times, right. What? I'm curious. Strawmaster has the T3 Air HQ, but he's not... Oh, they're over there. Sorry. Almost missed it. He's building a secondary air grid over here. So he's leaving his HQ up there. But he's building the grid over here with his engineers. So that's where the T3 engines have gone. And he's got his first T3 air unit out, which is a scout. Because he wants to go have a look at just exactly what his opponent's got. He knows he's got T3 air. Because this is dark. So he will know that's been upgraded. Or at least presume it's been upgraded. If you've scouted it and it hasn't changed, it stays light. If you've scouted it and it's changed, it's gone dark. That either means it's upgraded to T3 or it's been destroyed. In this case, it's been upgraded to T3. So Strawmaster knows very well that his opponent has T3 air. And they should also now be aware of this Navy production. They still haven't flown by it correctly, but nonetheless, they know something is there. Mornzui's trying to make the way over, but they're going to get interrupted by a couple of frigates and a T1 bomber. They're going to have not much going on there. I'm hearing... There they are. I knew I heard the Spectres, and they have gone and killed off a T2 mass, nope, T1 mass extractor. Not that much Swift Winds up behind. Some cruisers down here. They're going to knock out a lot of this air wing as well. In the meantime, I'm going to sacrifice a couple of gunships to do that. But those T1 inties won't have anything left. ASF tunes up just to steal a kill there, because ASFs do that when inties are involved. But this is what you wanted. Destroyers to lob those nice long-range powerful shells and do the big damage. Because that's what Aeon destroyers are good at. Alright, Spectres flying up this way, going to see what they can see. All they can see is some pain, because there's some T1AA having to go, some more T1AA back here. But if they can knock those off, they could be free reign to take out the T2 mass extractor on their side of the map. Navy building up for team number 1, getting some extra units up here to plug the gap towards their production. Don't want to let anything get through here. They should be okay. Over on the top side of things, it's a tech war. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tech launches, which are probably going to get nothing done because of these. Unless they... Did he mass launch those to get rid of them? They've got like one kill between them, which was probably that tech defense that was over there. Sending over 3 missiles at once, they might be able to get through. At least one of them does, or not. TMD, do the work done. Get your scouting on, Rusty. Look at what you're wasting your missiles towards. And in the middle, we do not quite have the naval fight. We do have that cruiser having fun shooting things with this long-range attack missiles, but not getting a lot done elsewise. Okay. Navy retreats. Navy's pushing up here. Wants to keep this channel clear. Looks like they're doing exactly that. There were a couple of naval factories, but they are gone now. It's like a drop up here with a few engineers, so Wednesday wants to try and get into the Navy in this canal. Whether he can or can't is the question. There we go. Finally, some scouting from Rusty. He's probably going, why is the stuff dying over here? I'm sending techs. And now he knows. 4 TMD sitting right there. And does Nick Tam know about this little... He does. So he's scouted that. He knows there's 5 launches there, and really, that's negated all of those. What he wants to do, this is something I learned from somewhere, watching other games of course, get yourself a few T1 bombers and bomb those. They've only got a little bit of health. Guess them to get a, what, 3, 4 T1 bombers over to hit them, and they will die and you'll be free to tack away straight away. Alright, back down this direction. The navies are having a little skirmish here. This is coming up on Wednesday with a few frigates. Much large navy, including some T2 destroyer, although there is an Exodus class T2 destroyer there for Wednesday, so he's way lacking in total unit numbers though, and I don't think this destroyer is going to last too long against this swarm. Needs support from his teammate who's busy down here static. But then again, support could come up this way from Snort as well. They should be able to come in here. They could roll this entire section and just have a look at the destroyer's health and disappear. Frigates all around, destroyer charging in, and see you later. Now the only T2 unit left is a cruiser, and that just does not fare very well against swarms of T1 and T2 at all. Not joining in the fight. These guys need to come up this way and help out the Navy situation. Right, what have we got going on? Well, we have a strap bomber sneaking around the top. This is coming from Strawmaster. And I strongly suspect it has its stealth on. Yes, it does. And a second strap bomber coming on through. Where is his air? What has he been doing? Well, he's got a restorer, a handful of Swiftwind, so the Swiftwinds will be able to catch up to the strap bomber and deal to that. But right here, these two strats, they could wreak some havoc. There's a bunch of TMD here, but it won't matter if they decide to go for the mixes instead. See some T2 Naval fighter bombers coming out from Nuke, so when he's getting into a bit of the air game, maybe do a bit of harassment. This is not handy for Strowmaster. Sitting in range of cruisers is not good for your health. You might want to drop back on that and get out of the way. Hover has swum on over from Snort. Swum on over. Hover doesn't swim, it just hovers and just plonks itself over. Trying to spam up some T1 PD, but maybe too little too late with this lot coming in. Getting an upgrade on his commander, which is just completed. Hanging on to those land factories. Wants to keep his Aeon tech. And hey, fair enough. Alright, T2 and gun. So this commander is going to do very well for this group. They're going to have a bad time trying to get over that faction. What happened to the strats? Oh yeah, they go. They have some targets in mind. It's not the main base which is shielded. Looks like they are deciding, or maybe they are. Could be going for the T3 Max. Are two bombs enough? 1, 2. Oh, they went for the T3 PGM, but without hitting it directly, the shield has absorbed the damage. They get nothing done, and they actually get shot down. Well, one of them has been shot down. This one does not have long to live. It needs to get the heck out of dodge. There is an ASF in the area, and is it going to get away? It does get away. Interesting idea. Might have been the right one. I'm still confused about that, though. I think maybe the placement here was bad. They decided to stop onto the shield instead. Maybe if it aimed here, it could have hit that instead, but sadly, did not. And that turns into a wasted strap. Where is it? There it is. There's the corpse, and some engineers coming out already to say hello and scoop up the 1500 mass. I hear the commander belonging to Lackaby, and he's had great success against this T1 Swarm. Well, he should do, because he's a T2 Guncom. Should be no sweat to take those out, but Navy still in the water. Navy still a problem, and still building units. Okay, speaking of Navy, how are we looking for team number 1? Well, there is plenty of T2 in production. This one is idle, so Lackaby is content with the amount of Navy he has and is going to use what he's got to try and do things. In the meantime, this is destroyer damage coming in on all sorts of things. Not so great for Lackaby's base. Navy all the way up here. It is Strowmaster cleaning up some engineers. No dramas on that front. T3 Air is around. There's another couple of strap bombers loitering up here from Strowmaster. Perhaps he wants to reconsider what he's attacking. He's been trying to get at Wednesday for a couple of times, but maybe over here would be a better choice. He got some exposed mixes all over the place. They could do some real damage. 3 strats up top. This one does not have a stealth engaged, however that might be a giveaway if they have some kind of radar, which they do. Single radar blip showing up there. Maybe that is a cue for... No, Wednesday's not paying attention. He's looking elsewhere for his movement, and that could be a mistake from Strowmaster. I'll try and keep an eye on that as time progresses. Alright, using the restorers, they're coming out to try and pick up the Navy game. It is 2v1 here. Bring your Navy up, please. There we go. Snort is moving with his T2. That's a lot of T2 destroyers there. So Wednesday has gotten into the quite happily and heartily into the Navy game. Big handful of destroyers there. Of course, we have frigates doing distracting things. More destroyers in the mix here for Strowmaster. Here comes the units up from Snort. They're going to be able to shoot these guys away, at least make them rethink about their status about sitting still, because those things of course have a bunch of damage. And looks like probably a stalemate, though actually I think advantage is going to be to team number 1 here. They've got more destroyers in water, and Snort is already running away rather than continuing the battle like Strowmaster is doing. Needs to get back in there with these guys. He's leaving Strowmaster abandoned, trying to save his unit while Strowmaster's trying to plug the gap and win the area. If they can hold this mass field, it's really going to be really handy. 10,000 mass here, ready to be scooped up. They just have to hold it. So Snort, you bring your units back. Bring them back to help hold this area. In comes the hover from Nuke. So Nuke, recognizing the Navy danger, has sent all his units down, and that's a lot of units, but they're not going to get a heck of a lot done against these here. His destroyers should do well for those frigates in the mix as well. They're going to be handy to hold things out. Strats are still building up here. 4 strats now for Strowmaster, and a 5th one coming over. Maybe he's going to go for a sniper attempt, although he's going to need more than that, because under a shield it's going to be quite difficult to get through that. Another strat coming out, so definitely wanting to do that. Maybe he goes for Nuke instead, who is building a Yathota out in the open. That would be a decent target. You don't want that to finish, but he's only under a T2 shield, so he might be a better option to try and rock out of this game. So strats building up for Strowmaster. We have a Yathota coming up for Nuke. We have air for Wednesday. Excuse me. And Navy, of course. We have the Navy and air battle, and get in their snort. And I think it's just Navy for Lackaby. He's just trying to support at the moment to stay alive, get his echo up. But hello, some gunship Spectres. They could have taken, they could have done a lot more damage actually, but some Nothers are coming out to take care of those. They're trying to shut down the T2 PD, but there's only a few Nothers, a few Spectres, sorry, they won't last long. And the Swift Winds do enough for Wednesday, they take care of them. No dramas, no problems. It will be dead. Navy in the middle. Well, this has been Strowmaster pushed back. He is absolutely outnumbered, yelling for help. And Snort needs to get in there. He has a sizable army, sorry, a sizable navy, and he's just sitting there, letting it die to the attack missiles. Needs to get a move on, because right now, this is a loss, and it is indeed. So Strowmaster has been pushed out of the mid, while Snort is sitting here with a sizable navy, just slowly dying to attack missiles. What is he focusing on? Is the question. He's got himself T3 air, and Navy production is still going, still working, but units are just basically being ignored. That is not so good. Radio, and he needs to get in here because this is a disaster. Needs to push forwards, not away. Support your teammates. This is a team game. Help. Please, for the love of God, help. But that chicken, I believe, was done. Yes, indeed. Your chicken's done. Now would be a great time to bomb it. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 strat bombers here. Each one capable of dropping a bomb containing, doing, sorry, 2750 damage. So 2 of those is 5500 damage. He's got 8 of them. About 20,000 damage, 22,000 damage. These guys are capable of 22,000 damage to whatever they drop their bombs on. I mean, wouldn't quite finish the shields off, but the... Oh, moving on to a nuke launcher. So chicken is done, and nuke launcher is on the way. A 9th strat bomber definitely working on the air game is Strowmaster. Wants to get in there and start doing some extra damage. These guys are ready to go. Would they be able to kill off Wednesday? No. Need some more. They've been enough to drop the shields, but would they get a second pass considering the sizable air wing he has around? The answer is probably not. Along comes the torpedo bombers from Strowmaster, not getting any help from old Snort down here. He decided, fuck it, I'll help myself. Throwing out the torpedo bombers, they are going to look at killing off all the T2 Navy. They can't kill the hover, of course, because, well, it's hover, and those are torpedo bombers. There you go, nothing done against there, so units are coming on down with the support of Rusty. He's got his naval factory up here as well. T2 rocking off the rails, so some destroyers going to be a very welcome assist in trying to contain all of this. Torpedo bombers, well, they're retreating thanks to the air wing. They are belonging to Wednesday, and still these strats are building up. But in the meantime, the chicken is in the water, supported by some Othams. Got some shields as well, some T1 arty, but not much in the way of anti-air. So we'll see how that goes, but it's going to get over this side and maybe throw some tech missiles in its face. Now that would be hilarious. If they could connect with this thing, that would be great, but they have no idea it's there. No idea whatsoever. They're in the water. Now he knows. Now he knows. He scouted it. You can see it. Is it panic stations time? The answer is yes, it's panic stations time. It is absolutely panic because, yeah, he's in it and he's sending out a broadsword to try and do the thing. No pings. I didn't see any pings. So, yeah, broadswords are coming on out though, and he's going to need a whole lot of them. This is not good. Those strats need to have something done with them. They're looking for a target. I think they are. See, the scouts are coming around the backside from Strawmaster, but this is a problem. 3 broadswords now. Still going to take a long time to chunk through the health in it, though. So 3 broadswords is decent, but I think this is going to be the end of this base here because, well, basically that's in range. Strats are moving, but they are not going for the... Not going for that. The call is air and the ASFs are moving away. They're going to support the authority just as the strat bombs are coming on around. We're going to see them do a big old Yui once those bombs land. There's no SAMs down here. One part, oh, there is a SAM. This may be the only thing that is going to save Wednesday. Oh, he's good bought a personal shield as well. Wednesday may do is take some hits. The ASFs do a big old U-turn, come straight on back. Has he got enough stress to complete this? Wednesday Badu down, his shield is rocking at 2,000, 3,000 health. The stress is going to come on back here. They go more bombs away, trying to dodge, get around, do some Louis. Wednesday out of the game thanks to a strat snipe from Strawmaster, and that's the highest rated player for team number 1. Problems on that front, but speaking of problems over here, the base is decimated. The chicken is dead, but there's nothing left. The whole infrastructure here is absolutely gone. Don't land your units in the bloody ion storm. You want to get these off the ground, especially the broadswords. Get those off the ground. Don't want to lose those, but it is full share. Full share. And Wednesday might be dead, but they have full share. And Wednesday says finish the nuke launcher. That nuke launcher. Oh. Hang on. Didn't he have his own? He does have his own. He's got his own nuke launcher over there. The question is, have they spotted it? Oh, no, they have not. There has not been a scout for a while, so they have no idea that there are a pair of nuke launchers sitting here. Oh, they've seen that one. They might know about that one. But nonetheless, you've got to get some scouts out, dudes. You've got to get some scouts out because this is a problem. Is there any anti-air around here, actually? Just have a look-see. Well, there's a flak right here which is going to have a grand old time with T1 bombers flying on past. Oh no, they're just going to get absolutely munted. Can any get through? The answer is eventually, yes. ASFs are coming in though, T1 bombers doing their things, and now they should know that there's a nuke launcher. There's the ping. That is just about loaded though, so any SMD that starts now, it's going to be too late. But he's already got one right to the back here, covering his back air grid. What's he got covering the front though? Nothing. And his commander is there. How far does that reach? Oh, it's going to be touch and go. If they nuke right here, they can kill him. They can kill his HQ, and that will be a big scalp to pull out of the game. T1 bombers up the top left, been caught out by some ASFs. No problems there. No SMD here, but there's lots of reclaim. How much you like 20k reclaim? Yeah, you'd love it. That's what you do. Check down this direction. We have SMD. We have TMD. And some more TMD. But we don't have... And more TMD. But we don't have SMD. Where to nuke? This would be a great target to nuke. This would be an absolutely fantastic target to nuke because there's nothing there. And, yeah, no SMD whatsoever. In this direction, this is kind of bold of Lackaby. He's standing within destroyer range. Down to that shield goes down, all that stuff is going to die. Those destroyers can move a little bit closer. And here we go. Start shooting the comp or shoot the shield, and that should make him panic. There we go, some hits landing on him. Nuke is out though, and is it going to where we think it is? The answer is yes. No, snort, move. No stand still, move, run away. You have a nuke coming your direction. No, he's doing an upgrade. He's a dead man. Big Navy air fight in the middle. This is a whole bunch of assets belonging to Strawmaster. The nuke sails overhead. If he didn't know that there was one coming, he might now, because he might have just seen it. Some torpedo bombs over here having to go at the Naval HQ, but that's not going to matter. This is going to matter. It is a nuke. Say hello to the nuke with your face. face does not appreciate the nuke. That is Snort out of the game. That is all even up now, and having a look, lots of units around. They could maybe, if they focus Lackaby, or if they focus the shields, maybe they can get something on down here. Lackaby has absolutely nothing on the ground to slow this up, and the cruisers are all in play as well. But this is Strowmaster, who's like, nah, I'm not going to bother leaving the Navy there. I'm going to bring it up to the middle so I can try and help win this battle. So Navy's actually going to come up and do something useful in this direction. But that was this nuke launcher. How's the other nuke launcher is the question. That is halfway done. The question is, have they scouted the second one? The answer is no. They have no idea there's a second nuke launcher. What do they have in terms of... Oh, no. Right. Cruisers with their dag-nabbity attack missiles. They are going for... What are they going for? Are they going for the HQ? I think they know what they're going for. But anyway, in comes some T1 bombers. They're going to drop their payload down on these guys, try and scare them away. All they really need to do, and along come the Vespers. The Vespers will do for those guys quite handily. More torpedo bombers, and this is a mid-Navy win for team number 2. Strollmaster comes on in with his Navy, wrecks face of all of these things. These cruisers have no chance at survival, not with destroyers and subs coming to say g'day. But the key thing here is, where is your SMD? Well, he's got one. And not too far off loading with a second missile. Definitely doesn't want to take that off. And there we go, some engineers have been dropped off by Strowmaster over here. Want to start getting some of, well, there's no reclaim because the nuke smashed it all. Nuke lands, nuke blows up, no reclaim. Job is over. Lackaby, not a huge amount to his name. Looks like he needs to work on fixing up his eco. And maybe upgrade some mixes to get himself a little bit closer. In the middle, this is a... no, that's a Navy win. That's 100% a Navy win for Strowmaster, and you can start thinking about moving his units down the alleyway, perhaps. Look at killing off the naval production down in this direction. Up over here, and still focusing on that nuke launcher, which is, what's that, 60% loaded? 60% loaded, working on some more power as well, evidenced by the shields collapsing everywhere. This nuke is just about done though. Look at that, it is almost full blast. There should be another nuke coming out of that anytime soon. Wednesday is being helpful. He's actually stuck around and he's giving some advice to his teammates. Nice to see that the guy who's dead is helping out, because often when you're just watching things from above, you can make calls on stuff before you realize it is coming. Alright, these tack launchers. Well, you know what you could do? You know what you could do? If you're working together, you could take these tack launchers, you could take these strap bombers, you could blow up some of this goddamn TMD and tack the shit out of this. Although this TMD is now under shield, so maybe it wouldn't work quite so well. But nonetheless, you could do that. You could look at doing that, and that would just help up this avenue. But the strats are moving around again. Maybe they're seeking up another target. Navy is cruising down this canal here and running into some opposition. But there's some shields in front soaking up a bunch of that damage as some hover comes in as well. Some torpedo bombers are loitering overhead. Some subs are coming out, but the subs are running the subs. Destroyers are saying g'day. Cruisers are rocking up in the front line, which is where they shouldn't be. They should be behind things. And these guys need to focus on this lot, not the production over here. Stop the factory killing, start the unit killing, and you will have a much, much better time. Which is exactly what Rusty's doing, just charging straight in with his destroyers, saying hello to everything. And there's the next nuke. Where's this one going? And it is going somewhere? I didn't see the red ping. There's the launch though. It is going all the way to the right, and it looks like it is going, well, the question is it going in range of this SMD, or is it going for these ones?
Strategic launch detected.
Well, there's the other nukes, so we're going to find out. One of them is going to connect, perhaps. Oh dear, that is the air HQ. Is it going to fly too close to this SMD here? The answer is yes. Just connects. Just in range of that. Where's this one going for? That is going for the Navy. Looks like it wants to kill the HQs over here, at least one of them. And it is going to land in an opportune position. Will it kill off both HQs or neither? It kills off one of them. Doesn't kill off that T2 Navy factory over there though. So still got Navy in the water. And to be honest, not much Navy left for team number 1. I feel like this lot should be able to take care of things, especially if they can bring these destroyers in and kill off these torpedo launchers. No T2, well there's one T2 unit left there. There is a submarine as well, but that destroyer's not going to last long with a torpedo bomber flying overhead. These T1 frigates coming out, the T2 submarine hunters just rock all this straight on in, and they can just sweep through and remove all of that. Strats were going for something. They are going for Lackaby. That's what they're going for. And the bombs are landing. Where is the air? Here it is here. The air wing is coming down from Nuke. There's the defending air wing there from Strowmaster. They're definitely having a go for Lackaby. They want to get him. Under so many shields, it's going to take a bit of time to do so. And that looks like a unfortunate failed protection detail. The ASFs are there from Strowmaster, but they are not protecting these strat bombers. And that is actually might even be an air win for Nuke, depending on how this turn goes. That is terrible for Strowmaster. And he's fighting over enemy flak. This is a solid air loss, unfortunately, for Strowmaster. Team 1 have the air control. Though more ASFs are turning up from Stro at a, has to be a weird time. Late, and he's going to lose all of this as well because he's turning tail and he's got units right behind him. That seemed like an odd time to have your second air wing turn up, but he still has a decent air grid back here and can start rebuilding. He needs another nuke defense though, because a nuke here will be outside that SMD's range and kill off all of that. Alright. Land is just simply strolling on up this direction. Some Othams are wandering out the water. Some engineers are going to be under threat, but some broadswords can respond to that. 5 broadswords, they should be able to kill the Othams off pretty quickly. Alright, what else is going on here? Well, Navy is as Navy does, and all this can just rob straight in and wreck all of these factories, which the sooner they do that the better, because then there'll be less in the water for them to shoot back at them, and they can start doing some extra damage over this way. Torpedo bombers on the way. You cruisers, nothing but cruisers out of there now. Nothing but cruisers, because Navy is 1 and you can do everything you like. But these nukes, how are we doing? We have 80% done. This one is loaded, so maybe they're saving up to do a double nuke. And we'll see how that goes, but the Navy is definitely, yeah, it's done. That is won by Team 2. In come the torpedo bombers. Not even going for the HQ, I think. No, they're spreading their shots out, going for different things. A couple of them are going for that flak. Yeah, why not? The rest are going for the HQ. But just swing these units on and just get in, destroy, job done. And cruisers. Cruisers parked up all around here. Spam out those TAC missiles. It'll be a horrible time for team number 1, but the double nuke is ready, and there's the defensive chicken sitting here ready to go. Here we go. Where are the nukes going for? Well, they are once again going for here, where his SMD is, so that's not going to get anything done. Where's the other one going? Are they going for the same spot? I think maybe they are. That's not going to get anything done because of this SMD right here, which is double loaded, and the second SMD being thrown up, although maybe that one wants to be a little bit further forward. But no, if those 2 nukes come in range of that, no, nothing doing. So some good defense there from Strowmaster. He recognizes the double nuke and has this one just about loaded as well. So he's 75% and 50% loaded on those, and that will do for the double nuke threat. Yes, he'll be fine from those. Okay, it is time. It is time. Well, don't fly over that. Looks like he's going to circle these around though, take care of that restorer, although some cruisers would do that job just as well. Yep, there they go. Coming on up, that restorer is a dead man. Well, it's just about dead from all the anti-air on these ground units anyway, but the ASFs decide, nah, we're good, we'll finish that off. So Navy is completely held by team number 2. It is definitely 100% without doubt time to make cruisers. Nothing but cruisers. That looks like a cruiser to me. And they will have a grand old time against all of that. Okay, where is that chicken? There it is. Chicken going for another walk and see how much mass in a nuke. A ton. Actually, but that's Nawasa. If you can't use a nuke to kill things, just use Nawasa. Why not? Let's see. How much is a nuke? That is actually a really good question. I don't actually know. I'm pretty sure a nuke itself costs more than a nuke defense. So, yep. He'll have 2 nuke defenses up. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Broadswords. No air support. Broadswords dying to ASFs. And that is going to be a big old problem because that is a massive amount. Actually, how much air is there? We have approximately 100 ASFs there for Nickdown, and we have 74 Strowmaster. So if he dives in on this without coordination, he may struggle. Something he doesn't quite want to do, and the ASFs are going to get away. 12,000 mass for a nuke missile. Jesus. But then again, if you had one successful nuke, why not build another? You know, and these are some whalers down here, so whalers going to have some fun killing off the Zoos which have snuck on over. Ground spam, why not? Zooey spam can do a thing. Though there's some T2 down here, they are blazers under a shield. They should be alright for taking out any Zoos that come close, but the engineers are having a ball of a time getting that reclaim. Good times. Maybe landing your air and range of T2 artillery is a bad idea. See how that goes. Has the Awasa has been spotted, it's been scoped, and they know it's there, and there's the ping. Now you've got your own gunships, bring them up, my friend. You are going to need them. And there's something, anything, to slow that Yothota down. Yeah. No more broadswords belonging to Rusty, they are all dead. That is going to be a problem. Definitely needs to bring these whalers up. Definitely does. Hello, Salem's. Salem's just doing Salem thing, just coming along and killing. They're going for the P-Gen. That goes down. It's going to be a terrible time for Nikazam, because that is a one he cannot afford to lose. Oh, T1 bombers with their stun. That is, well, that is just stun locking these destroyers. They're getting like maybe a shot off before getting re-stunned straight away. Look at that. Those Salems came from the water, Altizen. Pay attention. Salems come out of the water. Anyway, sorry. Speaking of T1 bombers though, there's a whole bunch more going for this Yothota. Where are the whalers? They're still loitering down here. Maybe doesn't want to use them on that. He's looking to get a bit of a fighter screen up in front of the T1 bombers. The chicken is getting huge amounts of damage though. That the HQ survives. It hasn't been targeted just yet. The HQ is really what he wants to do, but look at this. This chicken is walking into range of the mass air grid belonging to Strowmaster. Another nuke is sent out. This time it's going up this direction, but there's an SMD not loaded though. Nowhere near loaded. It's just been done, so there's going to be a bunch of infrastructure dead. And speaking of infrastructure dying, say hello to the chicken. Chicken says hello to the air grid, and looks like it's picking on the SMDs. Yes, it is. One down. Another one over here waiting to die. Focus. Down goes the air grid. So many explosions. So much destruction. And extra veterancy for the Yothota, and now it's just not going to get anything done. Strowmaster is on the run. He needs to be on the run. Nuke lands up here for team. Oh dear. Is it going to be the T1 bomber spam? Ooh. Trying to nuke Strowmaster, but I think he's going to get out of the way of that. Maybe, depending on which one is actually heading there. Well, it's this one. It's the only one that's heading there. He might get out of range of that. Needed to aim a little bit further south. Being chased by the chicken, there's no way he was going to stop running. T1 bombers been spammed up from Nickdam, and that chicken has been the absolute game changer there. It has eradicated the air grid, it has removed the SMDs from the equation, and now, is he going to be out of range of that nuke? The answer is yeah. Nice and easy, plenty of distance, but he's still being chased by a chicken, and needs an air transport to get away because he can't get into the water from here. So, oh no, too late. Oh, that has got to be close. That was very close. He was under attack from the chicken down into the yellow, and the transport itself is also very unhappy. But in comes some ASFs. No, 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 no. And he's dead. Drill Master caught out by the ASFs trying to escape the chicken on a transport, and that is just chicken wins the game. The nukes were taken care of. The Navy had been won. All they needed to do was spam out cruisers, and that would have been a completely different story. But now there's no infrastructure left for team number 2. Rusty is up here in the water, and I don't think he's got much of a hope left now. That Awasa is just about done. 45,000 health, ready to go. Navy's moving around trying to get things sorted, but heck, no, cruisers would have been the way to go. And if they've managed to keep these broadswords alive though, excuse me, sorry, a bit of a brick clearing thing there. What happened to those whalers, by the way? Oh, they're still around. These whalers really should have been brought up to try and help deal with that chicken. I don't know why they weren't. Do not know why they weren't. But nonetheless, having a look at the overall map side of things, Rusty is just, I think he's just not much left to do, and we're basically looking at just a matter of time. We have another chicken down here from Lackaby, who I felt was actually rescued by his teammates there. Nikatam didn't do such a bad job. Once Wednesday was picked off with the snipe on his commander over here, he didn't stop. Wednesday stuck around, and he helped with strategies. You saw him in the chat all the time. It has been quite well done. Right, the Awasa is there ready to go. The nuke's there ready to go. Is there a double nuke? Just about. This one's just about sorted, so the only question is, when do Team 1 and Rusty? Well, if I get a little bit closer, they'll see him there. There's the Awasa getting himself a few kills and is targeting a Continental. Good times on that front. But, yep. This cleaning house, because why not? It's an Awasa. It can do. Has got a T3 land factory, but it's not producing anything out of it. There really isn't much he could do. These, that's so frustrating. Look how close these things are. They're just banking away. The ASFs turn up and they are going to wreck the Awasa. Oh dear. No more kills for that thing. The air wing turns up from the down. Maybe a little bit too late. That Awasa is already dead and buried. Plenty of ASFs going. This guy might see him. Hello. There we go. There's a signature in the water. Thanks to this, a scout flying overhead, but did they see it is the question. There's a ping. Wednesday, my dude, has been paying attention. He knows exactly where the commander is and sending the scouts overhead. There it is. Seen and marked. Prepare for nuke, I would think. Prepare for nuke. Sorry, no, Awasa. Yeah, Thota in the water. Now, don't, if you know where it is, don't nuke directly on him. You could walk out of range of that. If he walks in the right direction, there we go. Simple as that, just walk away. If you've got 2 nuke launchers, launch one there, launch one there. Then no matter which way he walks, he's going to get sunk by the boat. Hello, the torpedo bombers anyway. Where's the ASFs? Bring them up. Stop those. Not even using the ASFs, is busy walking away. Busy walking away. He's getting out of range of the nuke, but he's not getting out of range of the torpedo bombers. Those are actually going to be what finish him off, not the nuke. The nuke is going to land and actually kill a bunch of things, but not the commander. Nice bit of dead water there. Is he going to survive? He could walk out into the water here. I think there's a beach he could go up on, but where's that nuke going? Going for the production. Not that he's actually building anything out of it. Looks like he's absolutely stalling on power. He's got nothing left. Yeah, heavy power stall, even though he's got a bunch of mixers. Got nothing doing with them. More torpedo bombers coming along. Plenty of air overhead, but yeah. Just a matter of time, Rusty. You need to get the ASFs in front of your commander. They need to stop the torpedo bombers before they drop their payloads. More torps sliding on and down into the red. 3,500 health. More torpedo bombers saying g'day. This could be it. Torps are hidden. Torps have done the job. No, the chicken does not have torps.